Hello everybody. It's raining outside. March 11th, I believe. Mac Days is starting here on March 20th here on Flathead Lake tournament. So I'm getting the boat ready. And it's oil change time, check all the lubes, etc., etc. I have changed the plugs and regapped them and put new plugs in, NICs, torqued them down, and we got new plugs. Haven't changed those in a few years, but we got to take care of this stuff or it won't take care of us. So what I have done over the years is I get on Amazon and I order an oil change kit. This is a Yamaha F150 2015. So over the years, it's just my system is set up on Amazon. I just go in there and hit rebuy, and they send me a complete oil change kit. Filter, oil, O-rings, everything I need, funnel, all that stuff for an oil change for $62. So it's much more expensive to take it to a dealer, and I like to change my own oil. So we are going to do an oil change today. I have checked the gear oil on the lower unit. Take the bottom plug out first, see if any water comes out. Put the plug back in, then take the top plug out, and I use a little white zip tie. And just put the bent end down in, and if I get oil on it, it's good to go. And that checks out good, no water, that's good. So water pump's been changed recently. And I'm just going through to make sure everything's good to go. Charging batteries, cleaning, etc., etc. Got to do maintenance. And it's nice to be able to do it in the shop today. It's raining, like I said. So I'm going to show you this kit. It's pretty nice. Unboxing, huh? So I get 5 quarts of Yamaha oil. I get my Yamaha oil filter. And I get my O-rings. I guess they're in the oil filter box. Yep. O-rings. They send you everything. So that's a cool thing, because who wants to go down and have to buy everything separate? They send you the right oil filter, the right oil, the right amount of oil. And what we're going to do, like I did on the side-by-side video, if you watched that, is use an oil extractor. I'm not going to take my boat out in the rain, hook up a hose, turn the water on, fire the motor up, warm it up to get the oil all warmed up, and then put the boat back in the shop, take everything down, when I can just use my EWK oil extractor. And I'll show you how it works, but it is awesome. It works great. The little tube goes right down into the oil dipstick. Suck it out of there. You know exactly how much you took out and how much to put back in. 7.39 or whatever it is quarts. I hate that. 3.9. I mean, who can measure that? So I'll take it out and I'll put exactly the same amount back in. Double check it and we're good to go. But I wanted you to see the box. This is a great kit. It's for my Yamaha motor, but you can get on Amazon and whatever motor you have, year you have, you can put it in there. They'll have the oil change kit for it. Send it to you in 2 days, you got her. So 2015 Smokercraft F150 horse Yamaha. That's the kit. And we'll get going here. Stand by. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is change the oil filter, and that's right here. I've got my new one right here. I've already loosened it, so I'll take it off. And it's sitting, after it sits for a while, all the oil will drain out of it. But I have taken it off. I have taken it off right after I warmed it up, and this oil filter is chocked full. So I like to wait for them to kind of drain because it doesn't create such a mess in here. And tight. And that is the filter. So we'll get over here on the other side and suck the oil out. Thing's cool. Okay, oil change time. So this is the tube that you put down the dipstick all the way to the bottom, and then there's another tube that comes out of the pump that you have to connect. You connect that. I'll raise this up here. You see this little plug right here? It goes in this bottom hole. There's 2 O-rings on it, and that seals it off so that you can create the suction. And then all you're going to do is put it back down, raise the handle, make sure you're all the way down to the bottom. It has a bevel cut on it, so it gets right down to the bottom. And then now it's taking the air out of the canister and creating suction. Pump it up a few times and just let it do its thing. It's sucking the oil out as we speak. Now this will take 10 minutes or so to suck all that oil out, and you'll hear it down in the bottom, in the dipstick. It'll start sucking air, so you know you got it all out of there. We've already changed the filter, and now we're sucking the oil right out of the dipstick. And you can use these on lawnmowers, ATVs, side-by-sides like I did my other video on. Home run. There's things out there like generators, lawnmowers and things like that don't have a drain plug, so you got to turn them upside down. This is great. Suck it out. You can suck the gear oil out of your rear end, differentials, anywhere that you don't want to mess with a drain plug, if you can get to it. My motorhome, I cannot get this down in there because it's way too deep. There's just no way. I have to drain with a plug, and it's a mess. I've done this for so many years, working in the automotive industry and in the Air Force. This is a great tool, and I do this video because it's just another application that you can see how it can save time and hassle. I don't have to go out and run it and warm it up. And then there's a drain plug in this hole here that you have to tilt the motor up, take the plug out, put a fitting in there with a tube on it, and then lower it down with the tube going into a bucket. All that is saved. Just suck it out. And it's awesome. And it's, you know, been warming up in here a little bit, so it's not too cold. I just keep the suction up, and it'll suck her right out of there. I love it. Great tool. $79, $80 on Amazon. Holy home run. home run. I'll get back with you here as soon as we get this filled up, show you how much we got out, and then I got another little trick up my sleeve. So stand by, continue the oil change. Got some other things I could probably be doing while it's doing this. Be right back. Okay, as you can see, the oil is filling up in the tank. It's been about, I'd say 7-8 minutes. It's still draining, but we're getting close. You can see how much oil is in there. This motor holds 4.73 quarts, not with the filter not full. So if the filter's full, it's 4.55 quarts, which is a little over 4.5. But we know our filter's empty because we put a new one on. So we'll put 4.73 quarts in. But I'm checking, while that's all happening, I'm checking all my connections, all my rubber hoses, all my throttle connections, looking for leaks, looking for wires chafing. It's just part of my crew chief days on the flight line in the Air Force. Just checking everything over, make sure everything looks good and tight, no leaks. Check both sides. Connections are all there. Everything looks good and tidy. I do the same thing on my kicker, but my kicker's a 2-stroke, so I don't have to worry so much about that. There's no oil to change, but I still check it, change the plugs, stuff like that. Gear oil, regular maintenance except for the oil change because it's 2-stroke. We'll get back with you here shortly as soon as she's done. I want you to hear the noise. It's taking all the rest of it out. Hopefully you can hear that. And that's it. Okay, now we're all done sucking oil out, and I'll pull this little plug, get the air out, and we'll let all the oil settle. Take the suction tube out, and then put it right into the drain, and undo it, and let all this residual oil drain into it. Hardly a drop that you have to deal with. So cool. Okay, that's all the oil. This is the other suction tube that you get with it. It's got the skinny long one and it's got the shorter fat one for other jobs. Got little O-rings on them. These things are awesome. Those over there. Now, what do I do with this? Well, I got to put oil back in the boat. And this thing is done, so what I'll do is I will pour it into milk cartons. Now, 5 quarts almost, which is not going to go into one, but when I did the side-by-side, That's how much oil I got out. 3 quarts plus. And that just shows me how much I took out of the motor. If you can get it in a gallon jug, then you kind of know. And you put another one together, pour the same amount of oil in it if it's clean, and dump it in the motor. No brainer. Can't do that with this, it's too much oil. So I'll drain the extractor into a 5-gallon drum or 55-gallon drum I have for recycling, and then I'll pour the oil in through the cap on the top like normal. So that is the extraction. I'll get back with you on the rest of it and close here shortly. Okay, let's recap. Change the filter, check the gear case oil, did a service check all around the motor, suck the oil out of the reservoir with the extractor, installed 4.74 quarts of oil, check the dipstick, good to go, oil change complete, no muss, no fuss. You know, YouTube is a great tool. If you don't do this every day and you want step-by-step instruction, reading it on a piece of paper is a lot tougher than seeing some old guy sitting here in his shop doing it. It has helped me a lot in the past, and I'm enjoying making these videos on YouTube. But I just think it's a great tool. Share it, subscribe to the channel, Scott's Montana Adventures. Hope you like it. Ring the blue bell. We'll talk to you later.